The return to school is only weeks away and we are ready for you. This is a year-specific video. Make sure you are watching the one for the year group you will be in September. As well as this video, we've shared key points for the day, a behaviour protocol to take account of how we will all need to behave to reduce risks, a travel and an attendance guide. I think you'll see that the new routines are simple and sensible, and in a few days back at school it will feel like this is just how we've always done things. The changes are to make sure we reduce mixing, to do our bit to support reducing the risks of illness for everyone. We'll work together to support each other through this next half term.
When you come back in September, our usual standards around how you behave and how you conduct yourself in school will stay exactly as they've been, really high. However, to ensure everyone's safety, we will be working together alongside some new rules that, as I've said, just make sure everyone in our school community is really safe. The systems make sense and they will be easy to follow. If you choose to not follow these rules and systems that are in place, then you can't be out and about in our normal school community. There's going to be quite a lot of information which comes out to you. Re-watch this video, reread what you need to, and if you have any questions, as always, you can ask.
When you arrive at school in the morning, please come in through the normal entrances as you would on a typical day. We have staggered the start so that we shouldn't have a large group of students arriving at the same time. There won't be the canteen open in the morning, so you do just need to proceed straight to your area and line up. If you've arrived to school wearing a face mask, you'll be required to come up to this entrance to the school where you're going to follow our procedures for taking your mask off. First of all, you're going to sanitise your hands before removing the mask. If it's a disposable one, you'll put it in the bin provided. If it's a reusable one, you are going to put it into a Ziploc plastic bag which you'll be required to bring to school. You're then going to sanitise your hands again before entering the school for the day.
Hello Year 8s, welcome to September at the Varches School. So you are arriving at 8:30 AM on the 8th of September and this gate will be open. You will go straight in and there'll be lovely little spots on the floor and you will line up in your tutor group. Hopefully you've had your email to tell you who your new tutor is. So you'll go in, you'll find it, and you'll stand lovely straight lines in your tutor groups. And that's where we'll do your uniform check. We'll check you've got all the equipment ready for your day.
At the end of every lesson, your teacher will go around and spray the desks. When you arrive at your next classroom, please just be patient with this and sensible. You'll be invited into the room, but you'll need to wait quietly outside. You sanitise your hands on the way in. Then collect a tissue and move to your seat. Here you will wipe your desk before putting the tissue into the bin. We ask that you do not sit anywhere where there's a red sign. For the majority of your lesson, your teacher will remain at the front of the classroom. They won't be in and around the students. As far as possible, we're going to try and keep a 2-metre gap between the students and members of staff. So it's really important that you play your part in this, stay in your seat and keep that distance from the teacher. It's also really important that you bring your own equipment. You won't be able to borrow things from other students, so you need to make sure that you are properly equipped for everything that you will need in your lessons. At the end of the session, you'll be told when to leave and you'll sanitise your hands again on the way out.
In order to keep everybody safe, we do need to make some special considerations of how we move around the site. There will be some one-way systems in place in corridors. A little change from last year is now the main corridor will take you up through the school. We will also have a one-way system in place between English and technology, and I'll ask that you follow the signage and the members of staff that are there. Now you will sometimes need to pass people, that's absolutely fine and that's safe, but we do ask that you don't stop and talk to students, particularly from other bubbles. The maths department will have a special arrangement. You'll know from being there that it's a little bit tight, so students won't be allowed to access that department until everybody else has left.
So, social times, where are you allowed to go? You are allowed to go to the tennis courts. You've got all of that amazing space there. And also you can go on the mound and under the spider tree. If you wish to have break time, tuck, you're going to queue up exactly where I am. And you're going to wait until a member of staff lets you go down to your tuck area. So, break time. You'll wait up until you are directed down by a member of staff. And the canteen staff will serve you from here. Cash only at break time. So, lunchtime, your areas, the tennis courts, the mound, you'll wait. You'll be directed down to the canteen, where you have to wait until everybody has finished from your year group. You can't cross-contaminate bubbles. You'll then be directed back up to your area. Of course, you can use your finger in the canteen as normal. Toilets. If you need the toilets during break or lunchtime, your toilets are PE. So that's where you'll head.
For years 8 to 11, you'll go straight to your designated areas at lunchtime and you'll be directed by staff to the restaurant at the right time for your year group. When you collect your food, you'll need to wipe down the area that you're going to sit at and you wait until you're instructed to go back to your area at the end of that lunchtime. At lunchtime, food will only be available from the restaurant. There will be no satellite stations set up, so you'll have to make sure you go to the restaurant at that time. Lunchtimes we use the cashless system and only the cashless system. At break times it will be cash only.
We're going to have a staggered end to the day, and that's to allow everybody to leave site in an orderly way and to help keep everybody safe. There will be 3 bells. The first bell will be at 2:50, and that's to signify to years 7 and 8 that their lesson is to end and they should then leave their lesson and exit site. There will be then a bell at 3 o'clock, and that's for years 9 and 10 to let them know that their lesson time is over and they should then leave site. There will be a third bell at 3:10, and that's for years 11, 12 and 13 to let them know that they can then leave site. We're asking that when you do leave the site that you go straight off and you don't hang around on the school premises. That's to help us make sure everybody stays safe and can leave site in an orderly way.
If you need to put your mask back on at the end of the day, you'll need to sanitise your hands before putting your mask back onto your face. You can do this at this area, or you can do this as you leave your lessons, as long as your hands are well sanitised before putting your mask back on. We do appreciate that some of you may be feeling a little bit worried about your return to school in September, but everybody here is here to support you if that's what you need. There's been lots of information in this video, so please take the time to watch it again, to reread the guidance that came along with it so you are fully prepared. We know that by practicing these things and being prepared, everything will become routine and then we can focus back in on your learning. Can't wait to see you in September.